Hi everybody, it's Anne from Annalise Creations. I'm here to do, it's a Gelli print that I did a while ago, and it's kind of like a 4-layer process I did on this one, using my big Gelli print. I think it was the 8 by 11 size, and this is an 11 by 14 size watercolor paper. And then I decided, well, what am I going to do next with this? So I thought I'd take you along for the ride and show you what I'm going to do with this piece. So I'm going to use the DecoArt Traditions, and I'm going to use the Quinacridone Gold, the raw umber, and the medium beige, and then I need to get some gold here. The Dazzling Metallics Gold in the Emperor's, it's called Emperor's Gold by DecoArt. Okay. So I'm going to get started, and I'm just playing with this because I kind of have an idea, but I don't. You know how that goes? You kind of have an idea, but then you're not quite sure of how it's going to go. Yeah, and I do like this piece. I may actually end up framing it, perhaps, when I'm done with all of this. So hopefully it'll work out well. What I'm going to do with this. So I'm just kind of playing around with all the different colors I've chosen and see how this is going to go. So I'm just kind of playing around as usual. I'm using an old gift card to kind of move around the paint. I kind of want a scraped look on it. So that's what I'm going for. Let's see. Next I'm going to use some raw umber in different areas here. And again, I'm kind of scraping around the paint because I kind of want to give it a kind of a cool look to it, kind of a cool border look. Then I'm going in with the medium beige. Kind of adding like a frame to around the edges of this is what I'm kind of creating, or a border around this. And I'm kind of layering the colors a little here. See what effect I'm going to get on this. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see, I already used some raw umber, didn't I? I used the raw sienna yet? I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I have. So I'm going to go in again, use a little bit of raw sienna in certain areas here. See what I'm going to get with these. Okay. I'm not minding too much that I'm getting this part on the edge of the paper, because I'm going to be working with a tree too in a little bit. So let's see what else I can get with this. Sorry if I was out of frame on the top part. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's see. I'm going to use some warm white as well. See what I'll get with this warm white in certain areas of the paper. Get a little more over here in this corner. Okay. Not sure if I'm liking that. I can always go back over with a different color. Yeah. It sort of defeated the purpose. So I'm going to go back in then with some not raw sienna. I'm going to use the Quinacridone Gold. Quinacridone Gold. Sorry, guys. Can't speak. I'm going to turn this light off. It's creating too much of a shadow. Sorry about that, guys. I need to get better lighting. I have issues with my lighting. Okay. Let's see where this is going to take me with the Quinacridone Gold. I'm actually kind of liking that. Okay, next I'm going to take a little bit of raw umber, and this time I'm doing it right where like there would be dirt, and I'm going to scrape it again using my credit card. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of the medium beige, I think. Pick some of that up. And do the same thing again. Add a little more on my table. And add a little more here. Like how that's going, and it's okay if it goes off the edge a little bit. Gives it kind of a earthy feel to it. All right, and then I'm going to go back in with the raw umber. Yeah, and I'm going to add a little more in here in different parts of my paper. Okay. And I'm just playing around, just experimenting with this, guys. Till I get what I want, I'm just going to keep playing with the different colors. This time, I'm going to use my finger. wiping my hands off. Excuse. Okay, so next, what am I going to put up next? I think I want to bring in some of the blue from the background, from the, I'm going to add a little bit of this to the border. It's the Bahama Blue, which I happen to like a lot. It's one of my favorite colors of the Americana line. So I'm just going in with little dots here and there of paint and getting my gift card, and I'm going to scrape these around, the color around, see what I get. I might get mud, but that's okay. Okay, in some ways I should have just left it, but you know what? It's okay. Sometimes it works out that way where you might not have liked what you did. And that's okay, because I can fix it. I'm going to fix it. Scrape some of it off, a little more of it off. And then I'll go back in with it. With some of the, I think I'm going to use the raw sienna. And like I said, I'm just playing around. Okay, so I kind of like it where it's at now. Okay, so that's where what it looks like right now. Let me zoom out. That's as far as I can go with the zooming out. Okay, there we go. All right, so you see it. There it is. Okay, so while this, I'm gonna let it dry and I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, so I'm back. Okay, so next step, I'm gonna take Ranger Archival ink, and I'm gonna take some stamps. I've got this pretty butterfly stamp. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use that one. I think I'm gonna use this one. It's got a butterfly, but it's got like music and a flower in the background. So I'm gonna stamp that. Scraping paint. Alright, so there we go. There we have that area. And now I'm going to come in. I think I'm going to use the raw umber. So I'm going to take a little bit of raw umber. And I'm going to take kind of a fine brush. It's a Winsor Newton brush. And it's for acrylics or oils. And I'm going to go in, and of course I put my arm in the paint's still a little wet. That's okay. I'm just going to go along the edge of this tree. Try this again, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm not sounding like I'm off in the distance anymore. Sorry about that. Yeah, my mic had fallen off. It's not the greatest mic. I mean, as far as the setup, it was kind of a cheapy mic, but it's all I could afford at the time. So yeah, sorry about that. So now I'm kind of coming in and I'm outlining the tree. Okay, I know I'm upside down at the moment. It's kind of how I work. I turn my work around as I go along. How many of you do that? I wonder how many of you do that when you're working. If you go ahead and kind of do the same thing. Okay, so I'm just kind of outlining this tree, kind of giving it a little more definition. And again, this was just using a jelly plate, but I did a kind of a 3-step process when I did this one. If you've seen my one, I think it was my one and only jelly printed video, on there is how I do my steps process. And let me know if you want to see more jelly printing process, or if there's just too many out there that you just could care less about seeing me doing some jelly printing. But it is addicting. Once you get started jelly printing, you can't stop, because there are endless ways of getting a print. Endless ways. Everyone has different ways of creating their prints, and every time it's a little different. So like if I were to go back and try to achieve this process right here, it would not be exactly the same. It would be different. Yeah, so it would be a little bit different than, you know, what I did here. So it's pretty amazing. I do like the jelly print. It's I think it's become one of artists' favorite things to use in their art, because you can create so many different things in so many different ways using the jelly print. So, or what I should say, the jelly plate, not print. And I know there's how-tos on how to make a jelly print, you know, jelly plate, but I'm too lazy, and yeah, and I'm one of those people, you know, I'm great at doing my own thing, but often when it comes time for me to come up with my own, it's like, yeah, right, good luck trying to make it. It would not, more than likely would not happen. If you've seen my accordion fold flip through book, I was really proud of that one, because I actually did follow the directions. And yeah, there's times where I try to follow the directions and I think I have attention deficit disorder. I get bored very easily, and I get frustrated very easily in following directions, that I'll often skip forward and kind of go, okay, I'll just wing it. But this particular accordion fold that I had done, if you check back, in fact, I'll put the link up at the top. It was interesting because, yeah, I followed it to the letter, and I actually sat and watched it twice, the video twice, and yeah, and I did it. And I was like, wow, I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself. But yeah. So yeah, I think I have attention deficit disorder. Okay, so I kind of like this lone tree with the way it's looking. And I'll be right back, because there's one more thing I want to add to it while the rest of the stuff is drying, because as you can see, I put my arm in it. Got some paint on my hand from putting my hand on it. So it's still, some areas are still kind of wet and need to dry. So I'll be back in a little bit. Bye. All right, so I'm back. So I'm going to add a quote to this, and that's what the next thing I'm going to do. All right. All right, so I have taken got a quote off the internet. I don't know who made this quote, but it says, "Standing alone doesn't mean I'm alone. It means I'm strong enough to handle things all by myself." And sometimes I do feel alone when my family is gone, and they're at work, and the house is really quiet. I have my dogs, yes, but, you know, sometimes we all need a little human contact. But, yeah, so I have this saying, and it's true. So, there you have it. Now I'm going to take my Stabilo All pencil, and I'm just going to outline the edges of the paper here. And I really do like the way this turned out. I had a vision in my head, but sometimes the vision in my head of what I want it to look like doesn't always turn out the way I had planned it. Sometimes something goes wrong, or yeah, it doesn't quite make the way I wanted it. So this time I like how it turned out. And this one I actually may frame and put in my art room here, or I might find another spot for it. But I do like this one a lot, how it turned out. So let me know if you'd like to see some more jelly printing videos. If not, you know, I get it. I understand, because there's a lot out there. There's a lot of them out there. But it is fun to play. It is addicting. Those jelly printing videos, I mean, when you get started on jelly printing, it is very addicting. You just can't stop at one. You got to keep going. And sometimes I can spend almost all day jelly printing, because it's just so much fun, because you can use all kinds of different techniques, different ways of doing it, and it turns out really, really fun. So this is my little thing I did today. And I did cut this out a little crooked, but I think it kind of adds to the painting, to the picture. So there it is. There you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this short little video that I'm sharing with you guys, and I shall see you next time. Have a great and wonderful day. Bye. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, take care. Toodles. Have a great day. Bye.